Baby lady, but I treat
It's
you
Sub
like a
Zero.
lady.
It's
You
just
cannot
different.
take nobody like you. You think it's crazy? I'm crazy, I guess. I'm gorgeous in effervescent lighting. The way you're staring at my derriere, like I denied it, but you tried it. Like I'm from Mars, you treat me like I'm from Mars. You treat me like I'm from Mars. I'm foreign, I'm out. You treat me like I'm foreign, but I'm driving and I'm foreign. I'm a superstar. You know me, you know I want everything. I know you're not just a luxury. You treat me like I'm foreign, but I'm driving in a foreign. I'm a superstar. Wait a minute, baby. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. I love you. This is not a show. This is a mid-year message for all of my audience, so bear with me. I come from Mars. You know me, you know I want everything. I know your life is a luxury. Like I'm from Mars, you treat me like I'm from Mars. You treat me like I'm from Mars. I'm foreign, I'm outie. You treat me like I'm foreign, but I'm driving in a foreign. I'm a superstar. I'm a superstar, 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 like I'm from Mars, like I'm from Mars, like I'm from Mars. A foreign, I body. You treat me like I'm foreign, but I'm driving in a foreign. I'm a superstar, star. Hi. Good morning. I hope everybody's having a good start to your day. My name is Bootz. I am the Hip Hop Oracle, and I don't know if you can see me outside of this sage, so I'm going to not touch her because she's hot. She's just going to have to burn. My name is Bootz. I am the Hip Hop Oracle, intuitive reader extraordinaire. I feel the energy of people, places, and things, and based on that energy, I am able to accurately foreshadow the future. I am a celebrity tarot card reader, and today I'm not reading anyone until 9 o'clock p.m. And I want to thank you guys for your patience and consideration. It's June 1st of 2022. Bro, what the fuck? Like, where the hell did the goddamn year go? Okay. To me, it just started. Okay. It was just January. I was just in Miami. Okay. However, the year is 2022 and the month is June. We are midway through the year. And yesterday, I had a number of different things happen with me that led me to want to, instead of read you guys today, give you a collective message. Now, prior to me doing that, I need to let you guys know that yesterday I was extremely bothered. I was bothered by the internet. I was also bothered in my real world, and I'm going to elaborate as to why. But the code yesterday was bothered to take 15% off of any reading that you needed to purchase. Today, it is unbothered and it takes 20% off of anything that you need to purchase. I don't know if you guys are tracking how I do my discount codes and things of that nature, but they're always symbolic of something and they always reflect something that I'm currently going through. So yesterday I was bothered. Today I'm going to confess with my thumbs and your discount that we all will be unbothered on today. I also dropped the happiness spell for the general public and discounted it for $50. If you are a member of Squad, you get that spell absolutely free. It is the Squad spell. At least that's what we will know it as. And it's doing wonders. Just check my Instagram story. You guys can see receipts on my witchcraft and the magic therein. So you are able to purchase that spell if you're not in Squad for $50, but it also takes 20% off if you use the code unbothered today. Okay. Also, yeah, if you're in Squad, it's free, but to join Squad is $50 today as well. And I checked my schedule for next month or this month. I'm booked up. You guys booked every single last appointment that I had fucking available. Thank you. Thank you so much. That doesn't mean you're not going to be able to see me, even though my schedule is on a month-to-month basis. It is only blocked. It's blocked off until it'll say like 2023. That's not true. I just don't know what July is going to entail. And before I offer appointments, I want to make sure that I'll be available to see them. In 5 days, I go back to working full time. A lot of you guys have found me and found my programming when I was working at half mast. And what I mean by that is I was on a very much needed break. Over the past 5 years, I have worked myself to the bone. I have utilized my psychic ability in a very fun and entertaining way, not only to entertain you, but I've also made myself willing and available to people who are my clients and people who are on the schedule even more frivolously than I've given myself credit for. This month of May, I've actually decided to take a break. And you guys might say, well, you were live all the time. And I mean, you were always working. Yeah, that's my version of a break. I'm a bit of a workaholic and I'm also a bit of a ambitious individual. And when you have ambition like that, you sometimes forget to eat, sleep, fuck. Well, I'll never forget to fuck, child. Let's be clear. Okay. But you forget to actually take care of yourself. So I have 5 more days to take care of myself. And yesterday I had got a beautiful reminder to do so. Every element was going wrong. Every element was going wrong yesterday. Okay. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. And I'm going to actually antiquate this with spirit. So I have 2 familiars. What are their names? And it's 11:11 right now. So go with me in prayer before I ask this question. God of the universe, God of love, God of light, God of the sun, moon, stars. Thank you so much for my career. Thank you for my fans. Thank you for the people who find me inspirational. Thank you for the luxuries that I'm enjoying right now. And thank you for the work ethic that I have to continue to pursue, even though at any point in time you can get comfortable. I want to say thank you for allowing me to be uncomfortable, so therefore I work harder. Thank you for allowing my life and the experiences of my life to be a testimony to people who watch me. We don't have the biggest audience, but we have an inspirational one, and I call it a wasp nest because they're ready to sting at any moment, and I appreciate them for that. I want to ask that you give them happiness. I ask that you make things easier for them. I ask that you ease any hurt, ailment, or health concern that they may have. I ask that you loose any demonic presences that might be on them as of right now, and I use my tongue to beseech them. You have no power here. I thank you for energy that can be transmutable, though, and I thank you for the vivacity of energy that we can manipulate for our upbringing. I say so moted be. I say amen. I say ashe, and I also confess with my tongue. The rest of this year will be the rest of the best years of your life. Well, you know what I'm saying. Okay. I hope that prayer hit you where it's supposed to, okay? And I hope I can move this cauldron without burning my hands. And I definitely did. Okay, so I just want to give a personal testimony really quickly, and it's going to correlate with the mid-year message. You know, I don't go through anything without getting you through it, okay? So yesterday, it was almost like the stump your toe theory. You know, like when you wake up out the bed and you stump your toe and then everything else in your day kind of goes to shit. Raise your hand. Give me feet emojis if you know what I'm talking about, okay? Well, basically, I had one of those days yesterday. I woke up and I just wasn't in the best mood, and I feel like it was because of my familiar. I have 2 familiars. They're both male, and one is a cat and one is a dog. If you follow me, you should know their names. What are their names? Let me know in the comment section. Well, my dog, ironically, when you are a bruja, a magi, or any type of witch or magical practitioner, we all know what a familiar is. We don't have pets, we have familiars. What's the difference? A pet is a living creature that you control. A familiar is a spiritual reflection of a part of your personality, even so much so it's dissected in the witchcraft and the magic that you cast. They can also feel your energy. So if you're going through, a pet 9 times out of 10 is not going to comfort you, but a familiar will be right there with you, going through it with you. I have two familiars. I have You Moon, you got it right, and Cerberus. You guys got it right. Thank you for being loyal fans. You Moon is my cat. He is a majestic creature. He is reminiscent of my femininity. He gives me moon energy. It's very feminine, it's very divine, it's very sexual. He's very fluid and elegant. And here recently, I adopted a canine familiar by the name of Cerberus. Now, Cerberus are the dogs that guard the gates of hell, and I felt that be appropriate for me because if you can guard the gates of hell, you can guard me. The only problem is he is a hell raiser. Okay, he is very reminiscent of my chaos energy. He's very reminiscent of my uncontrolled thoughts, sometimes my spastic and vivacity. He's very energetic. He represents the anger that I have sometimes, and my inability not to tear something up. Okay. So he definitely represents that. Well, here recently, I'm gonna reflect the message with some personal experiences I had with my familiars. Cerberus got locked up. I have a dog pen in the backyard back here, and it's a very nice dog pen. It's spacious, but it definitely made me feel like I was putting my child in jail. And during that moment, I felt bad. And so this was his second day in the dog pen. And I had to do this because he starts boarding school on June the 13th. He's going to get a nice Caucasian schnauzer cut beforehand, and he's going to be acclimated to, dog training and things of that nature. And they are going to bring me in on week 2. And then that's when they teach me the commands that they've taught him. Okay. So hold on. I got to burn this fly up. You picked the wrong laptop today. Hold on. Bye, Becky. Bye. Everybody say bye, Becky. Whoop! Becky ran up on me. Okay, anyway, so I put them up, I locked them up or whatever, and it was my second day. And I have to be honest with you guys, I started feeling really, really bad. So I woke up yesterday already feeling bad, but then I also didn't really trust the dog. Now, again, I tried to move Becky, damn. I tried to let him come out the cage, and he ended up swimming into the lake again. And then he tried to get out, and he's running away from me. I don't know if that is his rebellious side, but they do say that his breed does try you. So I locked his ass back up. Okay. And I felt bad. I mean, I just naturally felt like I was putting something that I care about in isolation, and it did make me feel bad. So I caged the chaos. Go with me here. I caged it. I caged the chaos. It's not that I wasn't still connected to him, but he was limited. He was in a cage, right? So from there, I do a live video, and I study myself. You guys know this. I watch my lives back just to see the content they're in. And I noticed that I was running on a bit more of chaotic energy. I was uncomfortable during the show. I play it off very well, but I know my energy very well too. And you guys know when I'm good, and you guys know when I don't. You guys are my fans, but nonetheless, I'm still going to show up and entertain. I watched the show back, and I was quite aggravated by my performance yesterday. So I felt it necessary to kind of take the day off. And somebody said I could tell exactly. You guys are empaths. You guys know I was off the rip just feeling some type of way. Now, my mother has COVID, and basically I'll say this too, in dealing with caging his chaos, my mother likes to, I'll just say it what it is. She milks it, bitch. Like, if something's wrong with her, she milks it. She makes you feel bad for not checking on her. She is a good spirit or whatever, but it's some people who use illnesses to get attention. And I'm not saying that is my mother, but like I told you guys at my birthday, when she started crying, I didn't know if she was trying to get attention or if she was, really crying because of an emotional moment. And Mom, if you're watching, I am apologizing for this. I'm transparent with my audience, and I know that you got unblocked on my Facebook, so please don't take it personal what I'm saying. So she put a lot of energy on me before that show, and then even after that show, she put a little bit of energy on me too. I'm also talking to a new guy who I'm getting acclimated towards, and he was actually frustrating me as well. I then have an interview for a magazine, and I'll be honest with you guys, worst interview ever. And this was an interview to see if I would be in the magazine. It wasn't actually the magazine for the interview, but because my energy was not proper, it was a really, really bad interview, even so much so that in the middle of the interview, I took my phone off of Do Not Disturb just in case my mother needed to call me. One of my fans and supporters decided to call me on Facebook Messenger during that interview. So to put a nail in the fucking coffin as I'm trying to revive what I'm doing in the interview and having almost the worst day, okay, at the last day of May, my client calls me during that interview to ask me about a spell. Now, let me just reiterate this really quickly. Boundaries, 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 boundaries. I can't reiterate this enough. I know that I'm very close to my audience. I know that you guys are like my best friends. I say this all the time. Do not let your impulses make you lose your mind, okay? Because at that time, that call, you were working for the devil during that time period. I don't know what made you do that. You know what I'm saying? And you've never, I mean, you've done this before. And typically, my Facebook Messenger and my phone is on Do Not Disturb. But in that moment, I had trusted in my audience that they wouldn't do something like that. And I'm not going to blame my whole audience, but you definitely betrayed my trust. You definitely did. And I didn't. And again, I'm growing because, you know, prior to, I would have cursed her out. But it was a lesson. You were a conduit of chaos. Okay. And you were influential in this testimony that I am going to render. Now, after I did post that, I posted a friendly reminder in my private groups. Do not ever call my phone. This is a service, okay, that I'm rendering to you. It is a service based on my emotions, and it's a service based on my personality. Yes. And it's a service based on my mood too. So if I ain't feeling it, I can't render you the service. But we're not in a place where y'all can just call my phone. Even Sierra Graham over here on Facebook doesn't call my phone, and she's like my best friend. She's my makeup artist, you know. And people that are close to me, I don't talk to every day. I don't talk to at all, really, until it's time to do something. And like I told Damani on the mukbang video, I am not a close friend, but I am a good friend. Okay, if you need me, I'm going to be there. So I just wanted to take time to reiterate boundaries because I am going to be starting work next week, and I think God was saying, get prepared, you know, lock it down, you know, build a safe. I did not block this individual, but I did suspend her from squad for 7 days. And I was going to block her from using the tip jar, but I woke up this morning and she gave me a $50 donation and apology. So I appreciate that. I'm thinking about refunding it because I told you to lay low. I literally said, girl, you might just not want to say anything because I know that when I get in this space, it's going to, you know, trigger me. So from there, I kind of got off the phone and I called my manager, and my manager was like, well, you know, you have another interview today. I have an interview today. So I have like 24 hours to get my spirit together. So what I decided to do was get high. I'll be honest with you. I had a slight relapse yesterday. I did. I got high as shit. But in that moment, I got close to God. Okay, so there's two different types of getting high that a spiritualist goes through. You got the high when it's just recreational and you're trying to not think about nothing. And then you have the high where you forget you have a body and God speaks directly to you. And this is what he said to me. And I'm going to reiterate it to you. Okay. Now, again, I've been doing really well with my recovery. I did tap in back into cocaine, not on my birthday. But for me, you know, a lot of people get energy from it. I don't. I go to sleep, and it's the best sleep ever. It wasn't always like that. Okay. It wasn't always like that. It was typically I would turn up, be very social, be very energetic. But now I have a reverence for the substance in a way that it actually enlightens me. And I do plan on staying on a healthy trajectory. Again, we are mid-year. You still got time to accomplish your goals. And one of my goals was to be substance abuse free. So thank you for still and continuing on that ride with me. And it's going to be interesting to see who else relapses as well. I don't even consider it a relapse. I consider it a slip up. At least that's what my therapist says. Somebody on YouTube is saying, now, Bootz, don't be disappointed in me. My life is a testimony. It takes time. Okay. I don't feel bad about doing it yesterday. So don't make me feel bad about doing it. I know that you're rooting for me. We're all rooting for me. I'm rooting for myself. But at the same time, I'm human. And at the same time, I'm going through things behind the scenes that you guys have absolutely no idea about. You don't know that I go see a counselor 3 times a week for this shit. It's very difficult for somebody like me too, with a type A addictive personality, to get rid of anything that I like. We started seafood. So notice how I haven't eaten any seafood lately. I haven't eaten any seafood boils. That was the first step. And I'm really, really craving a crab boil today. Okay. So I'm doing the work. It's not easy. And the code to recovery, from what my therapist is telling me, is not linear. Okay. So I still congratulate myself. And if you're struggling with addiction or recovery, so be it. But I'm also a magical practitioner, and I'm also a spiritual being. And through this slip up, I learned something. And that is what I'm going to give to you today. What did I learn? You cannot cage chaos. When I caged my chaos, that being my dog, it found itself to me in other ways. So much so that I tapped into a substance that I'm trying to get rid of. So much so that a client who would not typically do this called my phone. So much so that my mind wasn't right for what I know I'm capable of doing, which is interviewing. I have the gift of gab. This shouldn't have been no problem. Okay? You cannot cage chaos, but you can transmute it to work with you. This morning, when I was outside with the pool guy, right, I saw a feather from one of my geese. And as I was trying to reach down and grab it, the wind took it. And I said, okay. And you know, for an average person, that don't mean anything. But when a feather from a bird is tossed by the wind, it's still elegant and graceful. It works with the wind to portray something that couldn't have been portrayed if it stayed on the ground. Chaos energy, untamed energy on earth plane, we can't necessarily control. We can't account for somebody cutting us off in traffic, but we can pull up beside them and wave at them and say, have a nice day, instead of trying to swerve them off the road. Which is more you moon? Which is more elegant? Okay. We all wake up in a particular mood or a particular vibration. It just happens. And typically that mood is what you are processing towards the end of that day. Well, I'll tell you the truth. Last night I was processing God because I was high as hell. I was high as hell last night. Okay, I was. Okay, I was so high. I didn't move in the bed. I didn't do anything else. Now, typically when I do coke, I mix it with alcohol and I end up soaking. And I didn't soak. I was just I was vibrating high, and God was speaking so clearly, and he was using symbols and signs, and the message that I'm going to give to you is you got to work with the energy that you're given. And he showed me examples. He showed me examples of how a particular talent show in college didn't have a piano for me to play, but I still went up there and put on a comedy act. I worked with it and I still won first place. Okay? Okay, your husband is cheating on you. Okay, chaotic energy. Use that energy to say, you know what? I'm worth more than this. Transmute it to your worth. See, on earth plane, we deal with heaven and hell. If you let the Bible tell it, we're dead in the middle. And this scarf that I'm trying to use to lay my baby hair down before this interview is really cutting off the circulation of my head. So hold on one second. Okay, but we're in the middle. We're on earth plane. Earth has positive and negative energy. And we can't control what other people gonna do. We can't control the environment. Oh shit, I laid the hell out of them things. Woo! I got it right. I got it right. I'm trying to grow out my size so she can grip them. Anyway, you can't control the energy of your day. You can plan for it, but that don't mean contingencies won't happen. And as you are ambitious people, and as we are in mid-year, through my personal experience, especially yesterday with caging my chaos, transmute energy. And we have to be better at doing it instantaneously. Now, again, as a magical practitioner, I transmute energy all the time. Okay, I'm always in the cauldron. I'm always using anger or extreme jubilee, and you always want to call upon memories that give you an emotional rise. So one of the biggest memories I channel when I am casting is the day I was adopted. I could cry right now thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? You want to channel emotion. I think that right now I'm evolving into a place where I can instantaneously transmute energy. For example, I brought somebody an opportunity last week, and when I decided to display this individual, the commentary was mixed. You know what I'm saying? It was mixed commentary, but she decides to only focus on the negative comments. And for me, I could have said, well, girl, you really were wrong. I'm trying to work with you because we're finna do this show together or whatever. But girl, I could have went off. Instead, I decided to let her have it. She even went so far as to say the community didn't like that. The community, girl? See, this is what happens when people feel like they don't have a leg to stand on. You victimize yourself and you act as if other people are supporting you. I could have read her for filth. But you know what I did? I said, I'm going to choose to focus on the positive comments, sweetheart. In that moment, I was proud of myself because I could have went back tit for tat with your ass, okay? In that moment, I instantaneously transmuted energy. And yesterday, in my high-ass state, it showed me that example. It showed me the example of, a security company getting booked by the baby, so therefore I couldn't use them for my birthday festivities. But look, I got somebody else who's the size of Shaquille O'Neal protecting me. You know what I'm saying? And I am being vague, even though I know you guys are gonna know who the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah, she messaged me and was quoting one of my girls, Irish Rose, Kendra's comment, said I still don't trust her. And she said it very publicly. Well, what do you expect? My audience is very loyal and everybody saw what you did. I don't know if you think I'm giving you a pass for what you did, because that's definitely not the case. I didn't give you no pass, girl. I'm just saying I acknowledge what happened and let's move forward. But that is twin flame energy, though. It's twin flame energy. Okay. And in that case, I was like, I don't have the expenditure to be dealing with you at this moment in time. Okay. Just like I didn't have the expenditure, and I tried to, or attempted to transmute the energy of my client calling me yesterday. I think I did a good job because everybody knows she would have been banished by now. I feel like I need to cover my edges back up, but that damn Velcro scarf was a little too tight for me, honey. I don't like all that circulation cutting off my head. And I need some head. So, yeah, what I'm going to say is this, and that was some tea, just a little tea for the inspirational word. What I'm going to say is this: we can't control how our days go, but what we can do is we can control the energy of the emotions that rise. We have to learn how to do that more instantaneously, and that's the mission that I'm on right now. It's called maturity. I'm 32 years old. I should be more mature than what I am. I always tell people I feel like I'm stuck in my early 20s. Okay, but maturity is acknowledging something is not going right and making a conscious choice not to act on your first emotion. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not good at it. Okay. I love holding people accountable. I love clapping back on motherfuckers. And I'm definitely going to be doing so on reality TV. So I'm in terms of impulse control, I'm not going to have any on the show. But in real life, I feel like I'm ushering in a new era of maturity. So what I did this morning was I decided to uncage the beast. He is currently in my home. And we are doing crate training today. I'm trying to get him to crate train. I've blocked off the upstairs so he doesn't play with cat poop. And it's interesting. They're getting along inside today. My cat and my dog are snuggled up together and they're getting along just fine. It's interesting what happens when you learn the lesson after you're trying to let something be seated, cage something, or bottle something up, darlings. You have got to face it, transmute it, and work with it. One of the things that my familiar is teaching me is patience. Okay, patience, because I am an instantaneous creature. If I want something, I'll get it. Okay, it's just a part of my manifestations. I believe that for myself, so therefore it is true. And if you need help with your belief system, I got you. Get the beliefs class on my website right now, 20% off using code Unbothered. But I have growing to do. And it's crazy because I feel like I guide people who are so much older than me, which is fine. That's the God in me working through me. But in my humanity, at first I thought my eighth life was a fluke. I thought that I had a choice, and I did. I was given an offer to come back here and given an offer to ascend higher than what I was. And everybody knows the visual impression of where I was a cave. A blissful cave that's very reminiscent of my bedroom. You can look out and the sky is the roots of trees, but you can still see the sun shining. There was a stream that flowed through there and it was pink, not red. It was not full of blood. It was pink, but it was dark and grimacing, and fireflies were there, but it was comfortably dark. I didn't have to come back to earth. I chose to do so because I felt like it was a selfish mission. I thought it was because I wanted to ascend, but it wasn't. It was for all of us to ascend together. And in my humanity, I am noticing that I still have a lot to learn, both spiritually, physically, and mentally. Am I further advanced than most spiritually? Yes. Am I still a human being like an average 32-year-old? I ain't gonna say average because a 32-year-old ain't worth $1.9 million averagely. But I will say that I have a lot to learn. I don't have it all figured out. I don't. I struggle, you know. And behind all of it, I know that you guys revere me. I want to tell you, don't idolize me. Idolize God that works through me. Find the God for yourself that works through me. Okay, this is the difference between my audience and the audience of even Beyonce. They're fanatics. I don't have fanatics. I have believers. And it's not me you're believing in. It's the God working through me. The same God that can work through your pastor, the same God that can work through your shamans, the same guys that can work through your spellcasters. I also want to allude to a message of impulse control. Okay, human beings are very impulsive. With me, it stems from lust. I'm a very lustful creature. I've battled with the succubus. I haven't battled. We actually have a very nice relationship, me and my succubus do. But I have a very lustful spirit. The lust tarot card in my tarot deck is very powerful, and I use it to cast sometimes. Um, but when I crave something, I can't help myself. I want it. I want, and I'll get it. And part of it is because I believe I'll get it. Most people have been told if you want something, you have to work hard for it. I don't believe that. Okay, you got to change your belief system in order to get the results that you are looking for. If you want life to be hard, say you got to work hard. I don't believe you have to work hard to get where you're trying to go. Because I don't believe that, look where I'm at and look where you at. Let's just be clear. Okay, you have to change your belief system. I have been preaching this since the first day of my show. What you believe is your reality. It is. I don't believe I have to work hard. I do believe that I have to be of service to man, though. And I do believe that I have to utilize my God given abilities to become abundant. I believe that. There are things that I do believe. Impulse control. Human beings have desires to do things and act upon. I don't know how to describe it other than an energy that takes hold of you. It happens every time I see a thirst trap on Instagram. Every time, every time I see a motherfucking thirst trap on Instagram, I'm in the DMs. It's just what I do. But here recently, I haven't been doing that because I've been trying to be a good partner. I'm a new partner, but I don't know if it's gonna work out. I got to be honest with you. I think I need to heal more, and I think I've been letting my impulse, my non-ability to control my succubus or the lustful energies that I have. I feel like they have me wanting to have partnership too soon, and I really need to focus on myself right now. I really do. I really do. So I don't know if I'm gonna break up with him, but I might have to take a couple of steps back just so that I can. After my experience yesterday, I know I got a lot of growing up to do, and I'm ready to do the work. Anyways, human beings are naturally impulsive. You want to hit somebody, you hit them. You know what I'm saying? You want some dick, you call your hoes. You want some weed, you go get it. You want a drug, you pick it up. One of the things that separates the best spiritualists from people who are just enthusiasts is your ability to control your impulses. When it comes to lust, I don't have the formula yet, but I'll get it. Okay, I'll get it, and I think it is probably going to be a totem or some type of scarification that I'm going to have to do to keep her bound into the flesh acheron that is my body. But when I get this feeling, it's like a wave come over me. I get that feeling for sugar sometimes. It's like I'm not a natural sweet eater. All the cakes for my birthday have not been touched. I don't know if I'm preserving them for me opening up the birthday gifts on the Instagram show, but I'm not a big sweet eater. I'll get a intense craving about once a month, and I have to get something sweet. I have to get something sweet. Like I will leave the house, and y'all know I don't leave the house, child. But I will leave the house to go get something sweet to eat because it's on my palate. If I want some sex, okay. When I want some sex, again, I have enlarged testicles, so I can shoot. I can shoot them. I can shoot like an AK-47. I mean, I clocked myself at masturbating about 8 times yesterday. When I want some company, I will vigorously call everybody in my phone until somebody pulls up. I feel like in acclimating that to the mid-year message, we need to start recognizing it's not our desires that are coming over us. It's something else. I know it's something else for a fact. And if we can personify what that is, then we can control what that is that will lead to further transmutation of energy. There we go. Bow, 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 bow. We got there. We got there. We got there. Understand? Let me reiterate that. Impulse control works opposite of transmutation of energy. When you are impulsive, you are naturally transmuting energy to your impulses and not your consciousness. It makes sense to me. So when somebody slaps you and you impulsively slap them back, that is an impulsive decision. When someone slaps you and you choose to say, because you slapped me, I'm going to get $1,000 tomorrow, and you think that that's stupid to say, try it. Try it. Because you slapped me, I'm going to take the heat from this. I'm not going to bless you because you slapped me, but I'm going to take the feeling of that embarrassment. I'm going to take the physical feeling of you putting your hand on my face, and I'm going to pray for money the next day. And it's going to come. Now, I ain't mature enough to just take somebody slapping me. I tell you the truth right now. I mean, somebody slap me in the motherfucking face, bitch. That's your ass, bitch. I ain't that mature. I ain't there yet. But the message is clear. So what do you do with the message? You utilize it. When you have an impulse to eat a burger, knowing damn well your fat ass need to be eating a goddamn salad, recognize that craving. That's not your spirit. Then what is it? Let me ask Taro. Then if it's not our spirits, then what the fuck is it? What the fuck is it? Then what is it? Exactly. The card I pulled is the Baron. Temptation. It could be classified as a demon, but God uses temptation too. Some of y'all been had a desire to go back to the church house and get yourself rebaptized. Okay? Temptation. I need to make a card for that. Temptation. How do you fit into the equation of impulse control and controlling chaos? Temptation is the test. Oh! Temptation is not nor good or evil. It is the test. Test of what? Test to see if you can control your own consciousness. Test to see if you're ready to evolve. Test to see if you are ready to manipulate energy on a greater scale. I understand the message clearly, God. Thank you. And thank you for allowing it to come over me in front of people. Man, a lot of people have such stipulations on the gaze. They feel like we're not close to God. They feel like we don't know him. They feel like, we're blasphemous and all this other stuff. I'm going to tell you something. I don't give a damn if you're a hermaphroditic antelope. If you open yourself up to the energies that govern your reality, and they're different deities. They're different spirit guides. They're different deities, but they're all plugged into the one thing I feel like I plug into when I operate on my show and when I read you guys, source. Dissected into many religions, dissected into many deities, and portrayed to you through humanity. I encourage you, mid-year, check your belief system, check what you're attuning your energy to, and receive the message no matter who it comes from. Even if it's my doppelganger. I said it. Because as much crack as he done smoked on live, somebody is inspired by that child. And I'm inspired to take you for everything you got. Thank you. Hey, Candelisarai. Thank you, God. Thank you. Woo, 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 Norby. Woo. Rasmussen Lattimore love water park. Rasmussen Lattimore love water park, Sam. Okay. On that note, you guys will get a show tonight at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm putting on a full beat. It's the first of the month, and I always believe that how you start your month and your year and your day is how it is going to end. So I'm going to start it very productively. Again, as of right now, there's 20% off of everything on my website using code UNBOTHERED. Okay. There is a new happiness spell that dropped. It's discounted for $50. But you can also take 20% off of that as well using code UNBOTHERED. Text message readings are available as of now. They will be answered before noon tomorrow using code UNBOTHERED. If you need a class right now, what's the code, babies? UNBOTHERED. If you need some music right now, the code is code UNBOTHERED. 20% off of everything. You guys got a newsletter coming before 6 o'clock, and wish me luck because 6 o'clock is my next interview. And I know that I'm going to transmute the energy of yesterday to be abundant for me in my tongue today. Let us pray. Thank you, God, for a beautiful show. Thank you for using my tongue to guide the words that will inspire. Thank you for the people that watched the message. Hopefully they got it. If they didn't, help them get it, whether it's through me or through someone else. I wish peace amongst this last part of the year. I say thank you for the first part of the year. Let them know that if their goals weren't accomplished, it's not too late. If you have to readjust, allow them the pleasure of readjusting, give them a plan, let them feel uplifted, even in the midst of chaos that they might be learning, like I am, how to control. We are all students of you, God. And this is a class that I hope I'll graduate from with honors. Valedictorian. God, thank you for loving my life. Thank you for the love of my fans. I know I'm just talking to two phones right now, but it feels like I'm surrounded by all of them. Let them know and feel the comfort that they give me. Let them know how grateful I am. Let them know that my hard work is for them. Let them know it is through you, but it's for them. Allow them to see me for not being selfish. Allow them to see me for not being conceited or gloating. Keep me humble as the come ups are arising. Allow them to see me how I see me, a vessel. And allow them to see themselves in the mirror and smile every day. Amen. Ashe, whatever you say, it is okay. And I'm going to pull one card for the remainder of the year for everyone. It is the Reaper. Walk away from things that no longer serve you. Change your mentality if your mentality hasn't been working for you, and adjust your belief system to something ascending. I love you guys very, very much. I hope you guys have a brilliant rest of the day. I'll see you guys at 9 o'clock p.m. And this is my song. Let's play Miami. I haven't heard Miami in a while. This is my song. No, let's play LA. This is my song LA. And it does have a new ending on here too. So I want you guys to listen to the end if you guys don't mind. I like it a lot. I hope you guys do too. And I will see you guys tonight at 9 o'clock p.m. Full face. Let's work. Is the song playing? I remember you ripped me off. Swore that I would catch up. Now I laugh just skinny ass and money and fame and people who give a fuck. I remember they laughed at me. Now they seeing me on TV. What's crazy is everybody who came against me is looking like me now. They sounding like me now. Just wanna stand out in the crowd. They think that no one notices they're unoriginal and they should have bowed down. I remember seeing you at an award show. You're sorry and I swear you fucking so. I see you're mad cause you're unoriginal and you had to walk. I go to LA from Charlotte to show you. I want this time. I drove back to Charlotte from LA to show you should have bowed down. First week in LA, I slept in my car on Malibu Beach. I can't say I was, I'm living the dream, and I knew that they would find out. Mushroom caps and drums, DMT and hot tubs. I lost my mind in clubs, and it's crazy cause the people looking like me. They sounding like me now, just want to stand out in the crowd. They think that no one notices they're unoriginal, and they should have bowed down. I go to LA from Charlotte to show you. I want this time. I drove back to Charlotte from LA to show you should have bowed down. I go to LA from Charlotte to show you. I live in. To show Thank you. See you guys later.